Because the woman had worked together with her daughter-in-law to impersonate a wealthy conglomerate heiress and deceive the family, she was eventually thrown out of the house by her husband and became a wanted fugitive. Forced to hide everywhere she went, she could only take shelter in her daughter's clothing store, surviving on bread whenever she got hungry. Her daughter urged her to turn herself in, but she was too afraid to face prison. At that moment, Mira completely resented her mother for tearing the family apart and even ruining her brother's life. After hearing that her son had gone crazy searching everywhere for Anna, Kyoko could only beg her daughter to let her meet Dongjun one last time. But the moment Dongjun saw his mother, he was filled with disgust. He simply could not accept that the mother he loved most could do something like this. Kyoko had committed all those terrible acts to secure wealth for her children, but in the end, she became the stain on their lives instead. Filled with remorse, the woman finally went to find her husband because she wanted to tell Daewon that she was willing to turn herself in. But before going to prison, she wanted to see him one last time. She hoped that after serving her sentence, they could start over again since they had spent 30 years together. At the very least, she wanted one chance to redeem herself. But Daewon had already made up his mind to divorce Kyoko. At that moment, she finally received the punishment she deserved. Meanwhile, because Anna had become a wanted criminal, she could only take her daughter and hide from place to place every day. As their money kept running out, Anna had no choice but to figure out a way to smuggle themselves into another country to survive. She found a smuggler who claimed he could take them to China by boat, and she handed over every last bit of money she had, asking him to take the mother and daughter with him. But when they arrived at the agreed meeting place that night, no boat ever showed up. Only then did Anna realize she had been scammed. The hungry mother and daughter only had enough money to buy a single cup of instant noodles. Anna endured her hunger and gave the noodles to her daughter instead, but Little Loon worried about her mother and handed the food back, saying it was enough if her mom just left her a little soup. The two had become so broke that they were now sleeping on the streets. Seeing her mother coughing non-stop, Little Loon became deeply worried, so she went to a phone booth and asked someone to help her call her uncle. Dongjun was already furious over his wife's betrayal, but the moment he received Little Loon's call, he immediately rushed to the address she gave him. When Anna found out her daughter had contacted her husband, she panicked and quickly ran away. At that moment, she no longer had the courage to face Dongjun. After arriving at the location, Dongjun frantically shouted his wife's name while searching everywhere for her, but Anna hid herself away with the child. In the end, Anna